Today I'm going to show you how to make Taco Bell's Mexican pizza. This is a copycat recipe. It's a quick and easy lunch or dinner idea, and it's one of my favorite menu items. Y'all come on up. I'm going to show you the ingredients, and we're going to put this one together. Ground beef, taco seasoning, homemade, or you can get the packet of taco seasoning. Shredded cheese. We've got refried beans, enchilada sauce, olives. We've got some salsa, flour tortillas, got cooking oil. Now I've diced up an onion that I'm going to be using for the ground beef, and then we've got tomatoes and green onions to garnish with. First thing we're going to do is start getting the meat ready. So what we're going to do is place a large skillet over medium-high heat. I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef. We're going to place that into our pan. Now what I'm going to do is start breaking it up. I'm using a meat masher here, or a meat chopper. It's really good for ground meats and breaking it up really fine, which is what we want. We want a nice thin consistency with the meat. So we're going to keep breaking up the meat and smashing it down until it kind of breaks apart really fine. Now that I got it all broken up, we're going to go ahead and add 1 yellow onion that I've diced up. It'll start softening down as the ground beef is cooking. That's just flavor. I'm going to finish cooking this down, breaking up the ground beef really good, softening down the onion, and then I'm going to bring you back. Okay, it's all browned up. We're going to go ahead and drain off any excess grease. I just like to place some paper towels in, saves a bowl. Now for every pound of ground beef that you're cooking, you're going to need 1 package of taco seasoning or 3 tablespoons of homemade taco blend. Now this is my homemade blend here. I'll link down the recipe for it if you would like it. It's really good if you're making a lot of Mexican dishes. So I'm going to be putting in 6 tablespoons, or you can put in 2 packages if you're doing the 2 pounds of ground beef. Now you can find my recipe also on my recipe blog, catherinesplates.com. I'm going to stir that in. Now I'm not putting any water in, kind of keeping it dry. We're going to cook this down for 1 more minute. Get that ground beef all seasoned up. I'm going to place this on my back burner, and we're going to bring over another skillet. Place it on medium-high heat. We're going to start heating this up. We're going to put about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil into the bottom of our skillet. I'm using an avocado oil, or you can use a Crisco oil, a canola oil. That'll work just fine. We're going to start heating this up. You want it nice and hot. Keep your oil on hand. We're going to be using regular size flour tortillas. And what we're going to do is brown these up and get them nice and crisp. Now what you want to have on hand while that's happening is a large sheet pan, and then just put a rack on it so that you can place your tortillas on them once they come out of the oil, just to drain them a little bit. And then some tongs, and then just something to flip your tortillas over with. We're going to be looking for a little shimmer in the oil to let us know that it's hot. And also, you're going to need 2 flour tortillas for each pizza that you're going to make. All right, we got a simmer going on. Lay that in there. You want to keep spinning it, that way it's not just sitting in the same spot. You can get a knife, poke a few holes in your tortilla so they don't balloon up on you. Now it's not going to take very long. There we go, perfect. Just keep an eye on it just a few seconds. Keep peeking at it. I'm going to use some tongs here. Oh, perfect right there. See the colors? All right, I'm going to keep doing these until I get all of them that I need. Make sure you have enough oil in there. Take your knife, keep spinning them. Perfect. So the beans are kind of like the glue that hold everything together. I'm using just traditional refried beans, and it's a 16-ounce can. Just put it into a medium pot. Now I put in about 1 tablespoon of sour cream, 1 tablespoon of some taco seasoning. That way we're flavoring our beans. I'm just going to heat these through. It should just take a few minutes. And then right next to it, I'm just heating up really quickly a can of red enchilada sauce. It's the mild version, and it is 10 ounces. Okay, I've got everything here. We're going to start building up our Mexican pizza. I've got the refried beans, enchilada sauce, the ground beef mixture, shredded cheese, tomatoes, green onions that I've diced up, and then we've got our crispy shells. Yeah, nice and crispy. All right, let's build this one up. We're going to start off with our shell. Put a big tablespoon or so on the middle of our tortilla, and then we're going to smear it around. Full coverage. We're going to put our ground meat mixture right on top. Full coverage. I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on top. This will serve as the glue for the top shell. So you don't need too much on here. We're going to put another shell on top. Now be careful, you don't want to break them. We're going to pour enchilada sauce on top. Just going to use a pastry brush, give it full coverage. All right, I'm going to put some cheddar cheese on top. Want lots of cheese. And then I'm going to put some Mexican cheese blend on top of the cheddar cheese. Load it up. We can put some black olives on top. Some diced tomatoes. Some green onion. I'm going to go underneath of it with just a pastry scraper, pull the whole thing up, place it onto a sheet pan that I've lined with some parchment paper. Then I'm going to create the other 3. Now if you haven't seen my taco crunch wrap, that was another Copycat Taco Bell recipe. I'll link it down below in my description box. That was another good one. And if you have something else that you like at Taco Bell that you want me to do a Copycat recipe on, let me know down in the comments. We're going to pop these in the oven that I've preheated at 375 degrees for about 5 to 7 minutes until that cheese is nice and melted. All right, I've just pulled these out of the oven. Look how delicious those look. Which one is yours? Now the one without olives is my daughter's. Okay, we're going to cut our Mexican pizza with a pizza cutter. All right, what do y'all think? Let's take a bite and give it a try. That is good. Who's making these? Now, I tend to do mine without beans. So you can do a layer of cheese with the meat and then the cheese again, because that will hold as the glue on both sides of it. if you don't like the beans. Otherwise, do it like the beans. Make these right here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification. That way you'll always know when my shows are posted. Don't forget my thumbs up and comment down below. Y'all, I will see y'all on the next episode.